have a very awesome lady for you today. She is exceptionally great. I had a chance to speak with her briefly, a little bit before that. So she is very impressive. So I'm going to ask her some of the questions so that you could fall in love with her right here. Oksana, hi.
Hello.
So Oksana, you are, first of all, tell us where you are right now.
Well, I am in Moscow, in Russia.
Yay! My city too, so. That's awesome. And thank you for staying so long, because of our time difference, it's like, it's almost like bedtime for you in there, almost midnight. So you look gorgeous. I love your smile. I always compliment, beautiful smile in the ladies because I think it just lights up the room. So Moscow, tell us, I know that, geography of where you were born, it's like all over the country. So you ended up in Moscow and you went to university in there. So you got your degree in there. So guys, she is beautiful and she's smart too. So it's awesome. So, you are a career woman right now. So like briefly, what do you do for living in Moscow?
Well, actually, I work for a telecommunication company like Verizon or AT&T, and I'm like mostly in finance department and actually dealing with investors because our company used to be a publicly listed company in Moscow and London Stock Exchange. So my responsibility is to deal with our investors, with mostly UK investment funds and US investment funds. So I'm responsible.
That's why she speaks great English, It's like perfect. Even with the slight like British accent in there, it's like fabulous. So she's smart, she's beautiful, she is she built a great career for herself, and she's very tech savvy because she knows that we were talking before that, and she's like started like popping up all this, technical terms, like, impressive. So you have that entrepreneurial spirit in you, I guess, because you got to be like specially wired to, be so successful, especially in Moscow. I lived in Moscow for a long time before I moved to the States, so I kind of know the beat of the city. It's like it's really fast paced, and I know that you probably work long hours, but you also stay in great shape, and you're beautiful, and you're taking care of yourself. It's admirable.
Yeah, it's a great competition here in Moscow. Living in a huge city, you have to struggle every day, either for living, for your career, or for like your well-being, or like for being in a good, as you tell, in a good shape. And actually, it's interesting. A lot of places to visit and a lot of friends, and so you always like in action, in a move, right?
So you told me the other time when we spoke that you're a very active person. So you are very outgoing. You have a lot of friends, and you also you're not a couch potato. So every time when I asked you like, what do you do like for hobby? How do you, if you have any free time? You told me that you love to spend time with friends and get out of city for the weekend.
Right. Yes, actually, either if we have time, you need to actually to communicate with a lot of people and find time for everybody to be in the same time and place. Yes, because everybody
that everybody's going to make things happen. So she's the spirit of the team, and she pulls people together and say, hey, let's go and do this. So.
Trying to arrange everybody's life, right? Well, yes, and get connected, because because I work for a telecommunication company, it's like my motto: get people connected. Beside of that, I just love to go to the theater or museum or exhibitions. I love opera, and actually trying to visit opera and ballet theater either in Moscow, on St. Petersburg, or even if I'm on a business trip, for example, in Vienna or London, just it's a kind of pleasure for me to be the, either opera or theater or museum or exhibition.
Yes,
so I like it very much.
You travel a lot, don't you?
Yes. Actually, this is one of my greatest hobby. And
so
even,
have you been to the States before?
Yes. Actually, yes. I was in the United States twice last year. Actually, staying for 2 weeks each of my trip. And actually, I have my mom who lives in New York. So unfortunately, I can't visit her like on a monthly basis, but I'll try to do it at least once a year.
You have the visa open, right? So you can travel anytime, anywhere. So. And plus, you're working for a pretty much American company in Russia. So it's like business and pleasure and like all over the world. So. She is, very easy to, fly anywhere. So that's awesome. So I see, your character, you're very outgoing, you're very positive, upbeat, and, always with a smile on your face, aren't you?
Well, yes, I try to at least like smile. Yeah, as we say, smile prolongs your life, at least. So.
Absolutely, I'm all for it. So do you go to gym as well?
Try to do it at least twice a week or once a week, or just depending how busy am I. But well, it's something which helps you to be in a nice shape.
Absolutely, you gotta do that. And I think you're also a great cook, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's, I bet she knows how to make a nice borscht, it's just, the peak of like, I think culinary art. It's just
actually, I'm half Ukraine, so my Ukraine grandmother, told me, unless you can cook a nice borscht, which is beetroot Russian soup, so you are not a real woman. So that's my I have to.
I haven't heard that yet, but it's like, wow. But that is true because like for those that don't know, it takes like many hours to make like really good borscht. But we also know grandma probably told you that the path to the man's heart lies through his stomach, right? So that's why she said if you can't cook borscht, you're no good.
Yes, exactly. So I'm 100% absolutely sure about this. So yes.
Yeah, you became really good at that. So that's awesome. Who are you looking for? So who he must be for you to fall in love?
I think that first of all, he should be my best friend, I think, because, I think that the relationship between women and men should be rely on trust and actually confidence in each other. Well, I think that, at least I try to look for an emotionally stable, intelligent, and reliable and caring person. So honest, loyal, and outgoing, because I'm like the same type of the
person. Like that, yeah.
Well, compassionate and. Yeah, so that we can enjoy time with each other, joyful and fun and adventurous. So the relationship should be very easygoing and facile. Because when it goes very hard, so just leave it. Better you would leave it. It should be like a song, perhaps.
Yes, that's very romantic, like a song. He is watching this video, and what would you tell him? Maybe one short message.
I'm looking for my soulmate and would like to create a family with children, and perhaps based on Christian family values. So, if you kind of that person, just why don't we try at least?
Exactly. So don't miss it. Get in touch with me, and she will be attending our love tour in October. So, but don't wait till October. You know, she's gonna be gone. She's gonna be gone. She's not gonna last long being single any longer. So, get in touch with me, and I will be happy to introduce you to wonderful, beautiful Oksana.